What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ben. I'm back with another video. This is part three of poverty jobs, man. And I'm going hard on these poverty jobs, man. The reason why I call it a poverty job, because it's, you know, I think they just pretty much got you underneath their thumb, you know. And the next poverty job that I'm gonna talk about is the insurance game. What do you mean about the insurance game? I'm talking about people that sign you up for health insurance on the street, whether it be like a tent or you at a table. I say beware, cause man, this game is so cutthroat, and a lot of people kind of pivot from the phone game to the insurance game, and I might ruffle a few feathers. A few people might say, like, "Oh man, like you probably didn't." Nah, I tried it, but it's like, people they get scammy on this thing too. And how they do that is that they may say, I wanna sign you up for your entitlements." Like, yo, what do you mean, yo, my entitlements? What am I entitled to? Like, what's run you through the whole process and see what you qualify for. And when all actuality, they sign you up for health insurance, like basically like Ambetter, United Health, or whatever. And the reason why I kind of jumped on this poverty job thing is because I think I was a victim of this particular situation. And how this could pretty much jam you up is, say for instance, if you are actually working, you may have like a job and you already have insurance, and unbeknownst to you, you don't have another like policy. And the crazy thing, cause the guy that brought me into this whole phone, tablet, insurance game, and if you watching this video, man, leave a comment below because I think he low-key signed me up for health insurance. And how it kind of came to light was, that stuff is tied in on your taxes. Yes, it is tied in on your taxes, and it can mess you up if you don't know who you signed under. And it's saying that you under the work market health insurance, and you got to get a 1096, or I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments below if you know about this particular subject. But I think low key, my guy, just as a mock write-up, he signed me up for health insurance, and like a dumbass, I gave him my information, and I'm just thinking about this stuff now, and it's kind of making me mad. And I think he kind of was just trying to get his first little sign up, and that ain't it, man. And so I'm telling y'all to be careful of this nonsense, because it can jam you up, it can delay certain things, especially if you're trying to do a tax refund. And if you're doing this job, tell me what's been your success. Have you seen any type of like scammy type stuff? But I think with some of the people, man, once again, man, some people be like, they have felonies, and you can become a licensed insurance person. You can do it the right way. You can get paid off this particular job, but it's just all about who you know and if it's the right people. But man, if you somehow or another, you kind of had a friend or a family member, and you already got something going on, like far as like health insurance to your job, don't give them your information, and let them know that this can pretty much mess somebody up on their taxes. It could pretty much kind of prolong things and delay things if you're trying to do taxes, and they need these forms. and they up here playing with your personal information, trying to get a quick sale. And they hold, and in the long run it holds you up. And the crazy thing about it was, I was receiving like letters from Ann Better, and I just wasn't really thinking too much about it. And then my significant other, she had to like remind me, like, yeah, then you give such and such our information and whatever. And that, I feel like I used to be kind of trusting, man, and it's like people, I don't know, man, people just be opportunists, man. And the way my guy was telling me, the lady he was dealing with, she was out of Florida, and it's like health insurance signups is big in Florida, from my understanding. It's real big in Florida, and people were doing phones in Florida, and like the sad thing about it, if you was doing phones and health insurance, you couldn't necessarily you can't do both in Florida, and even in some states, because personal information. And you got to think about it too. HIPAA laws can be violated too, so that's something to think about. But yeah, man, this is like one of those poverty jobs. But the good thing about this poverty job, you don't got no product that you gotta hold or carry or anything like that. But it's just all about qualifying people for health insurance. Now, this could be a good thing, if you with the right organization, if you're in the right setting. What I'm saying? I imagine if I'm just walking up to you on the street, like, hey, how you doing? Like, you got health insurance? Like, you be kind of like, yeah, I got health insurance, I'm good. What I'm saying? I just want to, let you know that, it's health insurance season. If it's just random, and some people, they be like semi, like business casual. Some of them may have like a name badge with some army fatigue. What, bro? Nah, but it's like, bruh, I definitely say this is a poverty job, and I think you probably definitely can make some money. You can make some residual money. I've seen, a few people make some pretty good money. I know my guy, he in Highland Park, his name JP, at the Access Center. He got a nice setup. Now, he got somebody that you got a storefront, where you can go to, and you're not screaming out your personal information on the side of the road, in a tent, in a parking lot, or at a bus stop. What I'm saying? And talking to some random person about health insurance, and I get it. That's cool. You trying to help the community. That's cool. In some instances, I had a lady that was with me on the phone situation. She had signed the one guy up for health insurance, and literally it kicked in where he needed a major surgery, and it paid for 99% of the surgery. So that was kind of cool. But it's just the people that just I'm just really focusing on the people that potentially would do some messed up stuff with your personal information. And it's like, and then you got some people that just like kind of gung-ho, and it's unfortunate. And I heard these guys, they kind of fell from grace. They were doing like the phone job, and they just out here just talking about health insurance, and just running people information. And you never know what people got going on. You can really jam somebody up, and that's the whole thing I'm just trying to bring awareness to, man, about these poverty jobs. Because sometimes these people, they probably ain't got a few sign-ups in a couple days, or they don't got no how to approach people, or salesmanship, or any type of like sales skills or whatever. And if you don't know if you ain't properly trained nobody to like overcome objections, and talk to people, if they don't want to be bothered with you, man, people just resort to scamming. And that's the real. And if you resorted to scamming, leave a comment below. For real, man, this is crazy. And then, in all actuality, you kind of mess it up for other people, and it's crazy, man. I hate to sound like a old, bitter old man on this whole situation, or somebody see this video and they may be down in the comments like, "Yo, man, you don't know what the hell you even talking about because this, that, and everything." Da, 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 da. But yeah, there's people out here just doing just crazy stuff with personal information, and I was pretty much like gullible to give this fool my information, and it's like, man, it's messed up. Especially, when you was kind of like the ride or die for the crew. But that's another story, and I had a few other earlier videos talking about it. Probably wasn't some of my best content, but maybe just check it out, man, to see what the hell I was talking about with the free phone and tablet video. But at the end of the day, man, I don't knock nobody, and I ain't trying to talk down on people with felonies, man. I don't knock nobody that's trying to better themselves in life and try to be a different person in life and trying to overcome any type of obstacles that they may have, that they, like any wrongdoing that they did in the past. But some people, they don't necessarily, they can't see past just doing just something wrong, man. Some people do wrong so much it's just right to them, and it's just like what they resonate with, and they just don't see no wrong in doing wrong, if that makes sense. And people if they just feel like that's a way of life. That's a way of life, just doing wrong, messing people over, or what I'm saying, you a recovering addict and you done had a relapse and you just need to get drugs, and oddly enough, that's what the one lady was doing down in Florida, man. She was recruiting people like straight out of rehab. And then my guy, I used to wonder, like, for our phone and tablet crew, he used to get like, he had a dude, I'm from Detroit. He used to get these like random dudes to, like, drug addicts, man. And I just kind of see he was just taught wrong. And sometimes when people taught wrong, they just take on traits and just different methods, man. They were just wrong altogether, man. But yeah, man, you just got to be careful about this, about that free health insurance, and ask questions. And if you don't got the time to do it, man, just tell them, man, I'd rather just meet up with you if you got a home office or if you got an office or whatever. Shout out to my man JP in Highland Park at the Access Center. He got a storefront and he can get you together, and it's an actual place that you can go to. And but just these random cats on the street with the tents, man, that ain't it. And once again, some people they just be on all bullshit. They just be on something different, man, and you just don't know where people head at. But if you ever work this type of job, leave a comment below. What are some of your struggles? Have you made a ton of money off of it? Are you a team lead? Or let's get this conversation popping for real. But excuse me, y'all, but that's my 2 cents on this whole topic, and I'll see you on the next one. This Poverty Jobs Part 3. Peace.